Nitrogen monoxide reacts with chlorine to find nitrosyl chloride, NaCl. We've got an equation. 1.5 moles of NO are mixed with 1 mole of Cl2 and the mixture is left to reach equilibrium. At equilibrium, the mixture contains 0.35 of NaCl. So we're doing one of these where we need to work out the equilibrium amounts of each thing from the initial amounts. So we sometimes refer to this as rice. The ratio being 2 to 1 to 2, and the initial amounts being 1.5 moles and 1 mole, and there'll be no product. And then at equilibrium, it says we've got 0.350. So the first thing we can see is that the product has gone up by 0.35, which means that given the ratio is the same for NO, this one would go down by the same amount, but that the chlorine would go down by half of that, 0.175. So if we apply those changes to the beginning part, the initial amounts, got 1.15 NO and 0.825, if we've typed those on our calculator, moles of chlorine. Now it says give an expression, so remember that for a Kc expression the essential thing is that we're using square brackets to represent concentration and that we put products raised to the power of the number of moles of them that there are over reactants. Everything's multiplied, so we put those in and we get that as our Kc expression. We've got a different equilibrium mixture. This has got a volume of 800 centimetres cubed, and then we've got moles given to us and a value for Kc. So let's just rewrite our expression so we can see what we're working with. So remember, it was concentration of NaCl squared, concentration of Na squared times concentration of Cl2. We need to find the amount of NaCl. So let's just rearrange it a little bit and keep the squared for now. Let's not put the square root in just yet. If we multiply this out, this is what we get. Now bear in mind that the square brackets mean concentration and what we've been given is moles. So we can put in our Kc and then we've got the moles of NO, but we would need to divide by the volume. Now 800 centimetres cubed, if we turn that into decimetres cubed by dividing by 1,000, it becomes 0.8. With the same for the chlorine. So that's the first thing that we can do. We can type this in our calculator, 0.85 over 0.8 squared, and then we want another fraction, 0.458 over 0.8. Don't want to square it this time. So if all that goes into our calculator, we would get the concentration squared. So if we square root it to find the concentration, we get 0.0924. And then the question didn't actually ask for the concentration, it asked for the number of moles, and moles are volume times concentration, very clever, and the volume was 0.8. So we're going to take our answer and times by 0.8. And if we've done all that on our calculator, we get 0.073891. I'm going to round that 739. We've been given everything in 3 significant figures, so I'm going to give my answer to 3 significant figures. And I get 0.0739.